Okay, picture this. It's 2012, somewhere in rural Quebec. There's a security guard doing his routine check of a massive warehouse. Row after row of identical barrels stretch out before him. Everything looks normal. Everything feels normal when he lifts them. But those barrels, they're filled with something much less valuable than they should be. Someone had just pulled off an $18 million heist while sneaking around, speaking French, controlling their huge criminal enterprise, stealing from Canada's strategic reserve. Yeah, that's a real thing, actually exists. So think of it as Fort Knox, but it's in Canada. So everyone's probably like watching hockey and eating ketchup chips on their break. Ew. Anyway, the Federation of Quebec producers control about 75% of the entire world's supply. They literally have warehouses full of the stuff, stored in blue barrels, waiting to control global prices. But here's where it gets wild. Between 2011 and 2012, thieves weren't just grabbing barrels and running. This was Ocean's 11 level sophisticated. They were siphoning out the contents and filling the barrels back up with water to maintain the weight. Guards would lift them during security checks, and they felt normal, looked normal, but inside, just water. The operation involved warehouse employees, truck drivers, and an international smuggling network moving liquid gold across the U.S. border. When they finally cracked open those barrels for a routine quality check, water. Hundreds of barrels of expensive Quebec spring water, where Canada's most precious export, maple syrup, should have been. I mean, it's worth nearly $1,400 a barrel. The syrup bandits had vanished into thin air, along with 6 million pounds of syrup. And here's the thing about syrup. It's harder to fence than diamonds. Try explaining to somebody why you're selling industrial quantities of grade A maple syrup out of the back of a truck. Police eventually tracked down the operations. They made multiple arrests. There were international raids and one very expensive cleanup bill. The mastermind? A maple syrup reseller who saw those blue barrels as his golden ticket. Today, somewhere in Quebec, in a secret syrup location, they're probably guarding those blue barrels a little more carefully. So the next time you're pouring syrup on your pancakes, just remember you're drizzling liquid gold that's valuable enough to launch a huge criminal empire. Also, the next time you're considering moving to Canada, eek, I'd think twice. I mean, it's clearly very dangerous. There's large-scale smuggling. They say a lot. I mean, some provinces speak French Canadian. That'll probably be confusing, maybe. I mean, you could get chased by a cop on a horse. They're really into beavers, and they buy their milk in bags and drink vodka with tomato juice and clam juice. Ew. I mean, those things are all quite questionable, you have to admit, right? However, if you do decide to move there or you're already living there, you can listen to the Tragically Hip on your way to a hockey game with your new Canadian friends, and that'll be cool.